Have you ever felt completely lost in the world, surrounded by noise, by expectations, by the weight of others' desires, and yet, deep down, feeling utterly disconnected, adrift in a sea of uncertainty? It's a feeling many of us try to avoid. But what if I told you that this very feeling of being lost is not a weakness, but a doorway to discovering something deeper about yourself? Jean-Paul Sartre, the father of existentialism, saw this truth clearly. To feel lost is a natural part of being human. It's not something to be feared or avoided, but embraced. For Sartre, it is in our isolation, in the solitude of being alone, with our thoughts, that we can truly find the strength to shape our own identity and live authentically. When the world tells you who you should be, what you should want, and where you should go, it can feel suffocating. The pressure to fit into predefined roles and expectations can make you feel like you're losing yourself. But Sartre believed that true freedom and resilience come from acknowledging that you are not bound by these external influences. To feel lost, in Sartre's view, is to experience the freedom to define yourself on your own terms. It is in that very sense of disconnection, of solitude, that you can begin to build a resilient mind, one that is free from the illusions that society imposes, and rooted firmly in your own authentic experience. Sartre's existentialist philosophy doesn't offer easy answers or comforting solutions. It's raw, it's unflinching, and it challenges you to face the harsh reality of human existence, that life is absurd, that we have no inherent purpose, and that we are alone in our choices. But rather than seeing this as a source of despair, Sartre saw it as a source of power. For it is in our solitude, in our moments of feeling lost, that we can truly realize our freedom. In those moments, we are not defined by others. We are defined by our ability to choose how we will respond, how we will act, and what we will become. What if I told you that the key to building resilience, to truly becoming strong in the face of life's uncertainties, is not to avoid the feeling of being lost, but to embrace it? Sartre would argue that it is only when we are stripped of all external distractions, when we are faced with the rawness of our own existence, that we are forced to confront our deepest fears and desires. It is in this confrontation with the self, this acknowledgement of our solitude, that we discover our true strength. It's not a strength that comes from external validation, from fitting in, or from fulfilling a societal purpose. It's a strength that comes from accepting our freedom and taking full responsibility for our lives. The modern world often encourages us to avoid solitude, to seek constant connection, and to fill the void with distractions. But Sartre would urge you to resist that temptation. He would tell you that it is only in solitude, when you are truly alone with yourself, that you can start to strip away the layers of illusion and begin to build the kind of resilience that can withstand anything. It is in this space of solitude, of feeling lost and unsure, that you can reconnect with the very essence of who you are, beyond the noise of the world. But this process is not easy. It's not comfortable. The moment you sit with your feelings of being lost, you are faced with the discomfort of confronting the unknown. You are confronted with your own vulnerability, your fears, and the reality that life doesn't come with a predefined map, but this is the very source of your power. For it is in that discomfort that you begin to forge the unshakable strength that comes from knowing that you alone are responsible for creating meaning in your life. You stop waiting for the world to give you answers. You stop letting society dictate who you should be. You take full ownership of your life, of your choices, and of your freedom. Sartre believed that we are condemned to be free. It sounds paradoxical, doesn't it? But it's this very freedom, the freedom to make choices, to define ourselves, and to create meaning in an absurd world, that is the foundation of resilience. When you embrace the fact that you are lost, that you are alone in your choices, you realize that you have the power to shape your destiny. No one else can tell you who you are. No one else can dictate your path. You are free, and in that freedom lies your strength. So I ask you, what would happen if you stopped fearing the feeling of being lost? What would happen if, instead of running from your solitude, you embraced it as a space for personal growth? What if you took Sartre's call to heart and started building your resilience not by seeking comfort and certainty, but by facing the discomfort of solitude and using it as a foundation for your strength. The time to embrace your solitude is now. The time to build a resilient mind in the face of uncertainty is now. The time to stop seeking external validation and start defining your own path is now. You are not lost. You are simply free. Free to create your own meaning, free to shape your own future, and free to build the strength that comes from knowing that, in your solitude, you have everything you need to thrive. Are you ready to step into your freedom, to embrace your solitude, and to build the unshakable resilience that comes from being truly lost? The journey starts now. Will you take the leap? As you begin to embrace your solitude, something incredible starts to shift within you. The feeling of being lost, once a source of anxiety and fear, begins to transform into a space of infinite possibility. In the silence, you start to hear the whispers of your true self, the version of you that has been drowned out by the noise of external expectations, the version of you that is not shaped by others, but by your own choices, your own desires. Sartre's existential philosophy teaches us that in the absence of external direction, we are called to create our own meaning. It is in this very freedom, the freedom to choose your path, to define yourself, that your power lies. It's easy to run from the discomfort of being lost. The world encourages us to seek answers, to search for quick fixes, to fill our time with distractions so we don't have to face the uncertainty. But Sartre understood that in facing the void, in sitting with our solitude, we find the strength to transcend the limitations that society imposes on us. It is in this stillness, in the rawness of our existence, that we are forced to confront our deepest fears, our doubts, and our vulnerabilities. And it is through this confrontation that we begin to build a resilient mind. Think about it. The discomfort of being lost is the very thing that challenges you to grow. It strips away the false security that comes with following the expectations of others and forces you to look inward, to reflect on what truly matters to you. When you stop seeking external validation, you open yourself up to the truth that only you can define your purpose. You are free to shape your life, to create meaning that resonates with who you are at the core of your being. This is the essence of resilience, the ability to stand strong in the face of uncertainty and trust that you have the power to create your own way forward. But the path isn't easy. It requires the courage to confront your own discomfort, to sit in the silence, and to trust that even when you feel lost, you are moving towards something greater. Every moment spent alone with your thoughts, every moment of questioning, is an opportunity to deepen your understanding of yourself. It's an opportunity to shed the layers of self-doubt and confusion that have been placed upon you by the world. And in this shedding, you begin to uncover your true self, the person you are beneath the expectations, beneath the noise, beneath the need for external approval. Sartre's existentialism is not a philosophy of escape. It's a philosophy of engagement. It's about engaging fully with life, even in its most difficult moments, and embracing the responsibility of creating meaning from within. When you stop looking for meaning outside of yourself, when you stop running from the feeling of being lost, you begin to realize that life itself is your canvas. You are the artist, and your choices, your actions, your way of being, they are what bring your life to life. In this process, you build resilience not by avoiding the chaos, but by facing it head-on and choosing to make it your own. And here lies the paradox of Sartre's philosophy. The more you embrace your solitude, the more connected you become with the world around you. The more you face the discomfort of being lost, the more you come to realize that being lost is part of the journey. It's not something to be fixed. It's something to be experienced, something to be understood. And in this experience, you begin to develop a mental toughness that cannot be broken. You start to understand that you are not defined by the moments when you feel lost, but by how you rise from them. Every time you embrace the uncertainty, every time you choose to move forward despite your doubts, you are building a stronger, more resilient mind. So the question becomes, how long will you allow the feeling of being lost to hold you back? How long will you let the fear of uncertainty keep you from stepping into your own power? Sartre would tell you that it is precisely in these moments of solitude, of feeling lost, that you have the opportunity to redefine your life, to create your own meaning, and to build the resilience that comes from knowing that you are capable of facing whatever comes your way. The world will continue to throw challenges at you, but with every challenge you face, you become stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with your authentic self. Now is the time to stop running from solitude. Now is the time to embrace it, to trust that in your moments of feeling lost, you are being given the space to discover your true power. The resilience you seek isn't found in external circumstances or in the pursuit of a fixed purpose. It's found in the way you respond to the challenges that life throws your way, in your ability to stand firm in the face of uncertainty, and in your willingness to trust that, even when you feel lost, you are always moving toward your true self. So I ask you, are you ready to embrace the solitude? Are you ready to build the resilient mind that comes from facing the unknown and trusting yourself every step of the way? The journey to personal power starts now. Will you take that first step? The time to embrace your freedom, your strength, and your resilience is now. The path is yours to create. Will you take the leap? As you continue to embrace solitude, you'll discover that the very act of sitting with your discomfort is what leads to growth. In the silence, you begin to hear yourself more clearly, the deepest parts of you that have been drowned out by the noise of the world. This is where true resilience is born. Resilience doesn't come from avoiding the tough moments. It comes from confronting them head-on, from sitting in the uncertainty and trusting that you have the strength to navigate through it. It's in these moments that you learn the most about yourself. You learn that you are not the sum of your circumstances, but the sum of how you choose to respond to them. The more you lean into this process, the more you realize that solitude isn't something to be afraid of. It's the space in which you reclaim your personal power. You begin to see that being lost isn't a permanent state. It's a temporary phase of transformation, one that allows you to shed old layers, old fears, and old ways of thinking that no longer serve you. Every time you choose to sit with yourself, to embrace the discomfort, you grow stronger. You start to see the beauty in the struggle and understand that the pain of feeling lost is the very thing that forces you to find your inner strength. In this process, you realize that the strength you're building isn't just for survival, it's for creation. The more you embrace the unknown, the more you learn that your resilience is a tool for shaping your life, for designing your future, and for embracing the freedom that comes with being yourself, unapologetically and without fear. Life no longer feels like something happening to you. It begins to feel like something you are actively creating. You are the artist of your own existence, and your resilience is the brush you use to paint your masterpiece. Now, imagine living without the fear of being lost. Imagine walking through the world knowing that no matter how uncertain things may feel, you have the resilience to keep going. You trust that even in the most difficult moments, even in the deepest confusion, you are building a foundation of mental strength that will carry you through anything. Your life is no longer dictated by external circumstances or by what others think of you. It is shaped by your own decisions, your own resilience, and your own unwavering belief in your ability to rise, no matter how many times you feel lost. The time to embrace your solitude, to build your unshakable resilience, is now. It starts with the understanding that being lost is not a problem to be solved, but a powerful part of your journey. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You simply need to trust that in embracing the unknown, you will become the person you are meant to be. The questions will eventually be answered, the fog will eventually clear, and the resilience you're building now will be the foundation upon which you stand. So I ask you, are you ready to embrace solitude? Are you ready to step into your personal power and build the mental toughness that will carry you through life's uncertainties? The time to act is now. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect set of answers. Embrace the journey, trust yourself, and discover the strength that has always been within you. Will you take the first step? The path to resilience starts with you. Take the leap. As you move forward on this journey of self-discovery and growth, you will start to notice how much more at ease you become with uncertainty. The weight of societal expectations, the pressure to have everything figured out, begins to fade away as you embrace the unknown. You realize that in the silence of solitude you have found something far more valuable than the answers you've been seeking. A deep sense of inner strength, rooted not in external circumstances, but in your ability to endure, adapt, and rise no matter how lost you may feel at times. This process of embracing solitude and feeling lost doesn't mean that you won't face challenges. On the contrary, the challenges will continue to arise, but they no longer feel like threats. They become opportunities for you to test your resilience, to reaffirm your strength, and to practice trusting yourself. With every obstacle, you learn to navigate the discomfort with more grace, more confidence, and more determination. You stop seeing the world as something that happens to you and start seeing it as something that you are actively shaping with each thought, decision, and action. The more you allow yourself to feel lost, the more you realize that this feeling is not something to escape from but to lean into. It's in this space of uncertainty that you learn to trust your own instincts, to believe in your ability to create meaning, and to rely on the power of your own will. You stop waiting for life to hand you the perfect answers and instead take ownership of your journey. Every time you embrace the unknown, you build a little more resilience, a little more strength, and a little more of the unshakable foundation that will carry you through whatever life presents. And the beauty of this process is that, eventually, you no longer feel lost at all. The more you embrace your solitude, the more you begin to realize that being lost was never the problem. The real power lies in how you navigate that space, in how you choose to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. You begin to trust that you have the strength to find your way and that every step you take is one that builds your personal power. Now I ask you, are you ready to stop running from solitude and start embracing it? Are you ready to trust that even in moments of being lost, you are becoming the strongest version of yourself? The time to step into your personal power is now. Take control of your life, your journey, and your resilience. Trust yourself and step into the freedom that comes with embracing the unknown. The first step is yours to take. Will you answer the call? The path to an unshakable mind, to true resilience, starts with the choice to embrace solitude and the strength that comes from being truly lost. It's time to step into your power. Will you take that leap? As you take the leap into embracing the unknown, you'll discover a profound truth. Your strength is not found in certainty, but in the way you navigate through the uncertainty. Every time you choose to stay present with your feelings of being lost, you are strengthening your ability to remain grounded in your own power, even when the world around you feels chaotic. The discomfort that once seemed unbearable now becomes the very space where your resilience is built. In solitude, you find your true self, the person who doesn't need external validation, and the person who can face any challenge with unshakable confidence. This process doesn't end, though. It's an ongoing journey of constant growth where every moment of solitude becomes an opportunity to deepen your connection with yourself. The more you embrace the unknown, the more you understand that you are capable of defining your own reality. Every time you feel lost, you are offered the chance to reinvent yourself, to step into a stronger, more authentic version of who you are. By accepting that being lost is not something to fear but something to learn from, you unlock a new kind of strength. You begin to see challenges not as obstacles but as stepping stones, guiding you towards deeper clarity and personal power. It's in this acceptance of uncertainty, in trusting that even in your solitude you have everything you need to thrive, that you build a mind so resilient that no external circumstance can break it. So now the question is, are you ready to step into this new phase of your journey? Are you prepared to embrace the solitude that will shape you into someone who is not just surviving, but thriving in the face of uncertainty? You've already taken the first step by acknowledging that the feeling of being lost is not a curse, but a powerful tool for self-transformation. The time is now. Trust yourself. Embrace the unknown, and build the unshakable mind that will carry you through anything life throws your way. The choice is yours, and the path to true personal power begins today. Will you take the next step? Will you fully embrace the freedom that comes from knowing you have the strength to shape your own destiny, even when the road ahead is unclear? As you continue to embrace this journey, you'll begin to realize that your solitude is no longer a burden. It becomes your greatest ally. The longer you sit with your thoughts, the more you uncover the vast well of power within you. You are no longer dependent on external validation or the noise of the world to guide you. Instead, you trust your own voice, your own instincts, and your own strength to steer you forward. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but with every moment you spend embracing the unknown, you reinforce your ability to handle whatever comes next. The beauty of this process is that it forces you to confront the parts of yourself you may have avoided. In solitude, you come face to face with your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities. And in doing so, you learn to rise above them. You realize that they do not define you. You are not your fears, you are not your doubts, you are the person who chooses to rise above them each time they come knocking. This realization is liberating. The more you sit with your solitude, the more you grow into your power and the more resilient your mind becomes. You no longer fear being lost. You understand that it is through these moments of being lost that you discover the strength to keep moving forward. As you continue this path, you'll find that the concept of lost begins to fade. It's not a permanent state. It's just a phase that's part of the process of self-realization. Once you embrace solitude and face the discomfort, you begin to see that what you once feared is simply a part of life's natural rhythm. Every time you rise after feeling lost, you grow stronger, more self-assured, and more confident in your ability to navigate life's challenges. This is the true nature of resilience, not avoiding the feeling of being lost, but knowing how to emerge from it stronger than ever. Now is the time to step into your power fully. You've learned that your strength is forged in solitude, in moments of uncertainty, and in the discomfort of feeling lost. The path to an unshakable mind begins with the choice to embrace the journey, to trust yourself in the face of the unknown, and to transform solitude into the foundation of your resilience. Will you take that step today? Will you embrace the freedom of solitude, knowing that it is the birthplace of your true strength? The time is now. The journey is yours to claim. Will you embrace it? As you take that first step, you will begin to realize that solitude isn't something to escape from, but something to actively seek. In the quiet of your own company, you start to tap into the deepest parts of yourself, parts that the world and society often keep hidden beneath layers of noise and distraction. The more you embrace this solitude, the more you begin to understand that being lost is not a failure, but an opportunity to deepen your connection to who you truly are. The disorientation you feel is the space where your power lies, waiting for you to claim it. Every moment you spend in solitude becomes a chance to refine your resilience, to deepen your understanding of your inner strength. You will learn to trust that even in the midst of uncertainty, you are capable of moving forward, making choices and living with purpose. Your own purpose, not one dictated by the expectations of others. The more you lean into the discomfort, the more you realize that this is where your power grows. It is in solitude, in the rawness of being alone with your thoughts, that you discover the resilience to face anything that comes your way. The key to building an unshakable mind lies in your ability to make peace with the unknown, to trust that even when you feel lost, you are exactly where you need to be. It's not about avoiding the discomfort. It's about learning to navigate through it with strength and confidence. Every time you rise from the feelings of being lost, you become more attuned to your own inner wisdom. You learn that you don't need the answers right away. You learn to trust in the journey, knowing that your ability to face uncertainty is what will carry you forward. So, I ask you now, are you ready to embrace solitude as a space for growth? Are you ready to build the resilience that comes from trusting yourself when you feel lost? The time to step into your personal power is now. The time to build a mind that is unshakable, no matter what challenges life presents, is now. The choice is yours. Will you choose to embrace the discomfort, trust in your own strength, and build the resilience that will guide you through life's uncertainties? Take the first step now. The path to unshakable mental strength begins with you. Will you take that leap? As you continue this journey, you'll notice that each moment of solitude brings you closer to understanding the immense power that lies within you. The fear of being lost gradually fades, replaced by a growing sense of inner peace. The very things that once made you anxious The uncertainty, the discomfort, the moments of self-doubt start to transform into valuable tools for growth. You realize that being lost isn't something to fear, it's something to lean into, something to accept. Because it is in that space that you find the opportunity to rebuild and redefine yourself. The more you embrace solitude, the more you cultivate an inner strength that is impervious to the external chaos of the world. Your mind becomes unshakable because you've learned that you are not defined by the circumstances around you. You are defined by how you respond to them. In every quiet moment and every feeling of being lost, you are honing your resilience. You are learning to navigate life's uncertainties with confidence, trusting that each step you take brings you closer to a more authentic version of yourself. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It is a gradual process, one that requires patience and self-compassion. But every time you face the discomfort of solitude, every time you sit with the feeling of being lost, you are strengthening your ability to move forward. You are learning that, no matter what life throws at you, you have the tools to handle it. You are not just surviving in solitude, Gus, you are thriving. So now the question remains, are you ready to take the next step? Are you ready to trust yourself fully, to embrace the freedom that comes from being alone, and to build the unshakable mind that comes from fully accepting the unknown? The path to true strength and resilience starts with the decision to stop running from the feeling of being lost and instead use it as the fuel for your personal growth. The time to take control of your journey is now. The time to step into your personal power, to build a mind that is resilient in the face of anything, is now. You've already begun this journey by embracing solitude. Now it's time to go even further. Will you take the leap? The choice is yours, and the path is waiting for you. As you move further along this path of embracing solitude and accepting the uncertainty of being lost, you'll find that the resistance you once felt begins to fade. The fear that once consumed you now feels like a distant echo, easily drowned out by the growing strength and clarity that arise from within. The more you embrace the discomfort, the more you see it not as a barrier, but as the soil in which your resilience and personal power take root. With each moment spent in solitude, you learn to trust the process, knowing that you are building a foundation that is yours and yours alone. This is where the true power lies, not in avoiding the feeling of being lost, but in fully embracing it and learning to grow from it. It's the realization that you don't need a map to navigate your life. All you need is the courage to walk forward, even when the road ahead is unclear. This courage is the fuel for your transformation. The more you face the unknown with trust in yourself, the more you realize that you are never truly lost. You are simply in the process of becoming. The time to stop fearing solitude and uncertainty is now. You have already started building the strength you need to overcome any obstacle, and each step you take in solitude only adds to your resilience. Life will continue to present challenges, but now, instead of feeling lost, you will embrace each moment as an opportunity for growth. You are the creator of your own path, and your mind, forged in solitude and strengthened in uncertainty, is unshakable. So, I ask you once more, are you ready to take full ownership of your journey? To stop fearing solitude, to embrace the unknown, and to build a resilient mind that can withstand anything life throws your way? The time to act is now. Take the leap, trust in yourself, and walk confidently into the future you are creating, step by step. The path is yours to define. Will you take the next step? The world is waiting for you to embrace your power. The time to build an unshakable mind starts now. The journey you're on is one of profound transformation. As you embrace solitude and the feeling of being lost, you are not only building resilience but unlocking a deeper understanding of your own strength. You're learning that being lost isn't a weakness. It's the fertile ground where your personal power is cultivated. The more you accept the discomfort and uncertainty, the more you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with an unshakable mind. But now the next step is yours to take. The time to stop fearing solitude and uncertainty is now. Embrace the discomfort. Trust in your ability to face the unknown and keep moving forward. You have everything within you to create a life of strength, purpose, and resilience. And it all starts by stepping into the discomfort and trusting yourself to rise. If you're ready to embrace your power, to stop running from the unknown, and to build a resilient mind that will carry you through life's challenges, then take the leap today. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. The journey toward your unshakable strength begins now. Will you step into your power? The time is now. Take the leap.